We have got an exciting rematch in store for you folks tonight of last year's district semifinals, only this time it's Colonel Crawford with the AP state ranking and Willard looking to pull off the upset for a spot in the Division III Finals. It's the undefeated Eagles clashing with the 18-win Crimson Flashes, streaming live and free to your smartphone, TV, and PC. Next.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, denturals and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
Two teams vying for a spot in the Division III District Final are suited, booted, and ready for action inside of Shelby High School. Our live and free coverage of Colonel Crawford and Willard begins right now as we pay tribute to America first with the playing of our national anthem, Star Spangled Banner. Good evening, folks, and welcome inside of Shelby High School. My name is Brian Skoronsky, joined tonight by Mark Bollinger, and man, what an exciting matchup that we have for you folks here tonight. A rematch of last year's district semifinal. Colonel Crawford pulled off a bit of an upset in that one over Willard. That up at Norwalk High School, I saw it a year ago where it was the Flashes that were in a position where they were the number 17 in the state. They had a lot of high flyers and great athletes. Colonel Crawford did too, but it felt like a bit of an upset. So a bit of a role reversal here tonight, and you feel like there are three keys to the game for Willard to kind of switch the roles and play spoiler to these undefeated Eagles.
Yeah, coming in here tonight, it should be an outstanding basketball game. We've got a buzz in the air. There's more people in the gym with some of the things that have been going on with the CDC and things like that. It feels like tournament basketball, and for Willard, the first thing they've got to do is they've got to survive early. Colonel Crawford coming out the #1 seed, one of the top teams in the state in Division III. They're going to look to try to knock out the Flashes early. Willard just needs to survive the early onslaught. Second thing, probably the Achilles heel all season long for Willard has been their perimeter shooting. They've got to get the open looks, and when they get those open looks tonight, they've got to be able to knock them down. And then the third thing Willard's got to do is limit the runs by Colonel Crawford. They are great at taking a 2-point lead and going on a quick spurt and getting it to 10. So Willard's got to be able to stop those runs and try to keep things tight and not let Crawford go on those big runs and blow it open. So the longer they can stick around, the better off they're going to be.
Hey, always easier said than done, Mark. This is a high-flying Eagle squad, the defending champs of this district. And, all they got to do is continue to do what they've been doing all season long. It's worked up to this point, 23-0, perfect so far on the season. And they just have so many playmakers that can get it done as we take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. And what a trio that the Eagles will have on display with Mason Studer, Chase Walker, and Carter Valentine, all of them averaging at least 14 points per game. Valentine, the leading scorer at right around 19. And then Paxton, big surprise for this Willard team this year. He leads them in scoring. They also have two others in double figures, Austin Eidelman and Miles Pinkston, as we are officially underway here from Shelby High School, and it's going to be Crimson Flash basketball to kick things off. Off the two-man game, Paxton's got to give it up. Now whirling into the lane, maybe got away with a bit of a travel there, and then the shot off target for Adelman.
And here we go, Eagles in transition, quick three.
And that's what they like to do, though. They play so fast, get up and down the floor, try to create as many possessions as possible throughout the course of the game. And they have excellent offensive rebounders. As you saw, Chase Walker was almost able to pull that thing away.
Yes, Carter Valentine does a great job, scoring and stuff for him. But I'll tell you what, Carter Valentine does. Chase Walker does a great job getting on the glass, one of the top rebounders in the Northern 10 this season. And he's going to get some on the offensive glass tonight.
Here's Dawson doing some nice work inside. Tough move for the first points of the night.
Good strength on the glass, got himself into great position, got a good angle, got there and finished.
And the Eagles nearly turn it over as Adelman jumped the passing lane, and now Pinkston will. Look at the speed, racing ahead like a pony on a track, and he's got a 4-0 lead for Willard.
And these are two teams that love to get up and down. It's going to be entertaining. The transition game both ways. It's going to be critical tonight.
Studer being hounded, goes inside. Walker double team, doesn't matter, and the lefty misses it. Cleared by Adelman.
Good push, there's the extra. Extra pass for a wide open three.
And that was a big miss there for Cole Wise, left all alone. Only made 7 triples all season long, so not really in his wheelhouse. It certainly is, though, for Valentine, and you see it right there. Splish splash from downtown.
Well, he shoots 38% from 3 on the season, and there was no hesitation there. He saw the opening, pulled the trigger, and got it to go. Deep 3 answer.
Woo! Bet it right back.
Paxton
matches.
He's got a little grin coming back down to play defense. He's feeling good tonight.
And how could you not? Great start here for Willard. You mentioned it in your keys that you couldn't let the Eagles just come and fly out to an early lead. This deep triple right here from Paxton proves that they were up for the challenge. Bang. There's Coach Joe Bedingfield now in his 4th season. Done a phenomenal job here with Willard over the last several seasons. Now back-to-back champions in the SBC Lake Division. Studer lost his footing, still able to kick it out. Now Valentine, a little hesitation move, short-rimmed it, and taken away from Walker. Pinkston on the leak out and a nice left-handed move.
He is athletic in transition. Great job of catching, getting the ball on the floor, manipulating his body to get the layup, and quick 6-point lead for the Flashes.
Miles Pinkston averages about 14 points per game. Really blossomed in his senior season. Walker forced out on the perimeter. Now Valentine going to shoot again from downtown, and kind of deja vu from the previous possession.
Well, it looks early like Willard's going to try to eliminate the 3 from Colonel Crawford's repertoire.
Heat check was no good from Paxton, but look at the hustle from Pinkston. It just looks like he wants it more than anyone on the floor right now, Mark.
He's playing with intensity. He's got some motivation, the drive. Like we said, this is the perfect start so far for Willard. Exactly what they needed the first few minutes. Instead of taking a punch, they're throwing one.
Chance to extend their 6-point cushion. Pinkston squares up. Bit too strong with that one. And McKibben secures the board. Studer backs out Pinkston. Looking to go to work off the drive. Now head coach David Sheldon wants his Eagles to get into a set. Work it through Ritzhop.
Try to get an inside post touch, it looks like. First few possessions, they've shot it from the perimeter. See if they can get something inside.
Here it is, Walker just bullying his way open. Kind of chucked Micah Dawson down to the floor.
Well, one of the things that has made Colonel Crawford so good, made them an elite team, is their ability to play inside out. They can beat you in so many different ways. They can beat you from the perimeter. They can play through the post. They can play slow. They can play fast. That's what makes them elite. And so far, we've seen pretty much perimeter game until this last possession.
And Chase Walker, just one of those human beings where you line up against him and you don't like what you see. He's about 6'5". He's an absolute horse in a load. He comes at you with physical intent every single time. So he is a mismatch problem for just about anybody.
Yeah, it's one of those where when you're done, you're going to know that you've been in a struggle.
And it's a little bit different for him. He's kind of like the Joker where he likes the pain. He smiles about it. It gets him fired up.
What's great then is you come down the defensive end and he's guarding the point guard. So he's battling on the inside on one end and guarding the perimeter guy on the other end.
Yeah, super athletic kid. And here's Paxton trying to go right at Valentine. I think got a little piece of that shot. Pull up three, McKibben. And the junior back iron that one.
But again, Colonel Crawford got what they wanted there. Transition three, just wouldn't go early.
Pinkston, great move to get inside, missed it, but Wise got his back. Another possession created here. But he gives it away. Paxton, picked off by Studer. Gonna take it himself. And offensive foul, gonna go against Mason.
And that's a tough one for Mason. You know, he got the charge, but even though he was called for the charge, his teammates didn't run the floor hard. You had guys jogged in transition. If there had been guys sprinting the floor, they'd given him another option. He may have had a different read on that instead of trying to attack the basket.
He did have to go about 2-on-1 there. Adelman stood his ground, able to pick up the foul. Second against the Eagles. Just one so far for the Flashes as Paxton lines it up and drip drops it home again. 2 deep triples so far for the senior in this game.
Well, coming in, only shooting about 30% from three. Tonight, no hesitation, squared up, rose up, and finished.
Actually, Trey's just a junior, so Willard fans, smile. You get this guy back in. Smile if you go to Ebert Dental Group out there in Willard. They have the best group in town over there. Really fun going over and shooting a commercial with those guys, and they bought up every single commercial spot. So if you're a fan of the Willard Flashes, make sure that you support Ebert Dental Group because they are big supporters of the Willard Flashes. Both of their dentists over there are Willard graduates. Big thank you to them. And boy, it's been fun first quarter. You can't ask for much more than what you've gotten so far if you're the Crimson Flashes. They've got a 7-point cushion. They've played solid defensively, and they're knocking down big shots. I think that's kind of what you have to be most excited about is that they're not scared going toe-to-toe with the number 3 team in the state. And right now, they're winning a lot of the matchups.
They're winning a lot of the matchups, as we talked about in the opening. They've got to be able to knock down open shots. Now, they've done it the first 5 minutes of the game. Can it continue throughout? You know, last night we saw Ontario do that really well at the beginning. They shot the ball great from the perimeter, and as the night went on, they struggled a little bit as Norwalk came back. We'll see if Willard does the same tonight or if they can keep making shots.
Valentine bumped on the shot attempt right there, so he's going to head to the free throw line looking for points number 4 and 5. And just a tough position for Adelman. He's a tough cover for anybody. He's just so lanky. He's got those Gumby-like arms and the quick trigger too. So Carter Valentine has really come to life here in his junior season.
He has, and his ability to score from the perimeter, pulling up, shooting it, makes him so dangerous then, because then he gives you a little hesitation or up fake, puts the ball on the floor and gets to the paint, or that mid-range game, and then you foul him, he goes to the line, he's gonna knock down free throws. So tough all-around guard, like you said, but now we're back within 5. We'll see if Willard can convert on the offensive end.
Trey Paxton's been getting it done. Now he drives right into the chest and picking up a foul against Chase Walker. Big time.
The thing I'm most impressed about so far with Willard is the aggressive mentality. They are in attack mode, and they've been that way since the opening tip. They are not backing down to the team everybody expected was going to come out of this district. Everybody was looking at this going, Colonel Crawford, overwhelming favorite. There's no way they're not going to come out of it. Willard coming in here, they got something else in their heads, like, no, you're going to earn it. If you're going to get through us, you're going to earn it. Don't be looking ahead to Western Reserve, if that's who they think they're going to play, or Crestview. You better play tonight. So far, up 5.
Won't be 6, though. Too strong with that free throw attempts. Valentine Sky's up for the rebound, and here comes the 6'5 junior looking to go to work offensively. They love doing this, just putting him in isolation, though he's got to give it up this time. Drayton Burkhart, who just checked in, gives it up from the corner. Now Carter sends another 3, this time in and out. Pinkston with the kick out. Paxton lines it up, and dude, he is just feeling it tonight, Mark.
Heat check, and it is hot. He is on fire. One of the things I love on the defensive end with Willard right now is they are trailing all the perimeter screens from Colonel Crawford. They're forcing them to catch on a curl, so they're not going to catch, going under a screen and getting an open look from 3. They're trailing that on the top side and forcing them to shoot that jumper or contested 3.
And that one not very contested. You saw Burkhart a couple feet away there from being able to get a clean hand in the face of Paxton, who is now 3 for 4 from long range. All 9 of his points coming from downtown.
Right, so on one end you have Colonel Crawford getting contested 3s, the other end Willard getting open 3s. Difference in the game so far.
Eagles looking for a response as we're down under 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Valentine never shy, but he is just cold so far here to start. He did knock down that first 3-pointer. I think missed his last 4 attempts since.
Yeah, I think Coach is going to talk to him a little bit about the shot selection, going to pull him out. I think they're going to start trying to play through the post a little bit more, see if they can get some open looks after a post touch. Oh, beautiful play by Studer. Threw it off the defensive player's back, almost got it back for a layup.
And then Paxton again from the Shelby, whipping unconscious, man. Wow. It's like he's in dreamland. Whew.
That was deep.
Trey Paxton putting on a show, and it looks like Pinkston might have a big dunk. Nope, but still counts for 2. Timeout, David Sheldon in. The Eagles as the number 3 team in the state, taking a punch in the mouth, followed by a gut-racking blow, too. Man, what a start for Willard.
Perfect start for Willard, and they're getting it done on the defensive end. This is a team, Colonel Crawford, that comes in averaging over 70 points a game, and they're at 7 right now. Great job defensively. Like I said, they're trailing on the perimeter screens, off the ball screen stuff. That time they're doubling, causing Studer to give it up to somebody else, trying to take the ball out of the hands of the big 3 for Colonel Crawford, and it's working. Willard has to be elated with where they're at right now. This is exactly what they needed. And you can see the confidence growing. They're believing in this. They're feeling good.
And especially with their junior point guard doing what he's done. 4 huge bombs from long range. 3 of them from NBA style range. And Valentine, who just checked back into the game, lost the handle there, but Studer returns the favor, gets possession back for the Eagles. Gonna run it through Walker. Spinning, can't hit it, but he is fouled by Jake Koch.
There's the lifeline. There's their way back into this 13-point deficit into this game, is playing through Walker. 62% from the floor, getting the ball in the post. Like you said, big, strong kid. He's going to score, or he's going to get the free throw line, get him some touches. And I think you're going to see that as we continue to go with Colonel Crawford.
Chase misses the first free throw.
He's about a 60% free throw shooter from the line. And, yeah, he gets there. He's got to convert.
Been there a bunch this season. Over 80 attempts now. And Walker splits the pair, so trims the deficit down to a dozen. But Paxton, I mean, everything appears to be within his range right now. He is looking at the rim as soon as he crosses midcourt.
Colonel Crawford's going to switch the ball screens, could give him a chance to attack off the dribble. He got the switch, got the deep three.
Not this time, well short. Walker chases down the long board. Here comes Studer. Slowing it down. Makes a sick move against Pinkston, and then right down Main Street, missed the layup. And so uncharacteristic of Mason Studer. That kid usually as good as it gets on plays like that.
And a little bit of that credit needs to go to Willard. Good job with their help defense. You're talking about unselfish play on the defensive end, being unselfish, having a high basketball IQ. They're ready. They understood. They rejected that ball screen. They didn't allow Studer to get to the ball screen. He drove it down that gap in that seam, but that helper was had already slid over there, made it a tough shot instead of him getting all the way to the rack for an easy one.
Flashes holding for the final shot potentially here of the first quarter, and they have owned the opening 8 minutes. Be pretty fitting if Paxton got a clean look at a three here to end things. They've got the double screen, the switch, Ritz hop on him. And here is the triple. It's contested, but man, this dude.
There's nothing you can do. That was great defense. Step back, falling away three.
So it's Trey Paxton 15, Crawford 8 as we're at the end of one. We'll take a timeout, be right back. Live and Free High School Hoops continues on the OH.Report.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, denturals and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH.Report.
So second quarter action begins here at Shelby High School, Division III District Semifinals, and if you're looking for storylines, look no further than 5 trays from Trey in that opening quarter. Paxton just flat out lit it up, my friend.
Yeah, for a guy who came in averaging 16, almost 17 points a game, he had 15 in the first quarter, but a great answer, by Colonel Crawford to start the quarter.
That's Valentine with the tip-in finish. And everything for him was coming from the perimeter to start, so perhaps that'll get him going. An easy bucket, just working the offensive glass, and now playing some nice D on the point. But good off the square there. Austin Adelman made a pretty nice move to shake off the defender.
Nice move, got himself deep into the paint. Nice little post move, got a basket. And, Colonel Crawford's not going to go away. You're not the top-ranked team, one of the top-ranked teams in the state, and you don't play for a Sheldon brother and not continue to play. There's going to be no quit. They're going to make their run.
Maybe right now, Austin Adelman knocks down a big three-pointer, his 26th of the season. Excuse me, that was McKibben. Looking at the wrong roster there. Here's Adelman on the other side and opening up a clean look, and man, this one goes home too. Everything working for Willard. This time it's Dawson.
Well, the Achilles heel for Willard has been their inability to shoot the ball well from the perimeter consistently. So far tonight, they have shot it extremely well.
Walker takes the bump, and it don't matter. That kid knows where the weight room is any day of the week in any town. Heading to the free throw line and one.
Pure strength right there. Great job using his body to get a good post, turn, got some contact, and finished it.
And this is more like it for the Colonel Crawford Eagles that we have come to know this season. Though Walker misses another freebie.
And as impressive as the threes have been for Willard, their defense is what got them that lead early. But again, it was only a 2, but it was still nothing but the bottom.
Trey Paxton, man, this kid is box office tonight. He's only played 10 minutes. He's got 17 points, and this is the second offensive foul of the night against Mason Studer.
And again, it was that help side. Great job by Willard of stepping into that gap. Their rotations were perfect. Slid over, took a charge. That's big, too. Studer with his second.
He's going to stay out on the floor there. Love what we saw from Wise. Sneaking under, getting his feet set. Now Adelman triple, in and out the tip in. Wow, athletic play right there.
And Willard's kind of beating Colonel Crawford at their own game, making threes, getting to the offensive glass for second chance points. Tonight it's been Willard that's been getting it done instead of the Eagles.
17-point lead. Largest of the night. Ritzhop skies for a board, kicks it out. McKibben, no corner pocket three this time. And you can just see the confidence growing with every passing possession here for Willard. They are in a rhythm offensively, especially with Paxton shooting it as well as he has. And Pinkston hustling at the rate that he. Earning another possession here.
Yeah, great hustle. We kind of got blocked, couldn't see, but yeah, what a wonderful play. Hustle play to get Willard a second opportunity here. Tough position to inbound, see what they can get.
And just so neat to actually see a little student section in the building. It has been so long. We've been waiting all season for this, and finally, right place, right time, tournament action, 25% capacity. This is great, Mark.
This is great. Great environment. A little bit of nerves on this side of the gym for the Eagles fans. The Willard fans are going crazy. They're loving it. But we got a lot of basketball left.
Pinkston kind of forced that one up. Tough shot attempt. McKibben left alone, pulls the trigger. Came up well short.
Good push in transition by Studer, just didn't get the shot to go.
I think Paxton might have affected that one. Had a pretty nice leap as he came for the contest.
And Willard needs to continue that mentality of attacking. Attack, attack, attack. That's how they built the lead. Don't end up happy here and just excited that you're up 17. You got to keep playing.
How about Valentine coming over with the big swat party? Love another look at this. Adelman, shook him out of his shoes. Great play, but how about the recovery and then pow.
Great recovery, great job of manipulating his body and using it to get over there and get that block. But again, ball bounces the right way for Willard. Scramble, loose ball, comes back out. They get it, call the timeout, and they get another possession out of it.
17-point deficit for Colonel Crawford. No way would I have believed that would have been the case here tonight. This is an Eagles team that I've seen all year. They get out to early leads, and then they're able to use their incredible depth and put you away by the end of the contest. This is uncharted territory for them during the 2020-21 season. We'll see what these top guys are made of trying to mount a big comeback, Mark.
Absolutely. If these teams played, most people who've watched both teams all season would say, Colonel Crawford probably win 9 of the 10 meetings. But it only takes that one.
That's what's up.
And we've seen what's happened in the last few nights with top seeds, around the area. A lot of them have got knocked out. And here's another number 1 seed that's on the ropes.
Pinkston, nice cut, freed up by a beautiful screen. He's up to 8 points on the night.
Willard being really physical in the post, defending. They're trying to make Walker earn everything. Every touch is contested.
And the help side defense has been incredibly impressive.
They know where Studer's at. They know where Valentine's at. And other than that, they're really doing a good job of helping off. And then when Valentine does get a look, there's a hand in his face every time.
I think Carter thought that there was actually a hand on his wrist that time on the shot attempt. Might have affected it, but it doesn't matter. No whistle. And the Flashes can push the lead over 20 here on this possession. Here's a 3-ball straight away, and it finds its way through from Koch. And man, look at the energy over on the opposite side of the building. These fans are loving every minute of it, and how could you not?
This is a team that was shooting 30% on the year from 3. 30%. Tonight they have to be 75% above so far.
Studer pull-up J had to give it up. Ritzop spinning, dealing, halfway home, and toilet bowled out. Poked away from Paxton, backside off the quick hands. But man, oh man, Eagles are in real danger here of kind of eliminating themselves out of this game if the Crimson Flashes can keep this up over the next 2:49.
Yeah, this next 3 minutes is huge for Colonel Crawford. Can they cut the lead? Can they get it to 15 where it's manageable? It looks manageable. It feels manageable for the kids. The coaches, if you're at 15, Coach Sheldon can talk about all the times that they've come back and how they can put up points and score. But you go in and you're looking up there and you're down 20 or 25. The mentality's a little different. So huge 2.5 minutes here to go.
Adelman spins away from Walker, who I think recovered, got a piece of it. But look at Pinkston, man. Every loose ball is belonging to him so far.
Every loose ball, and Coach Sheldon doesn't like. He's getting another timeout. Yeah, the body language is telling it all right now. The number 3 team in the state walking off the floor dejected. Nothing that we have seen and expected.
What a stunner we have unfolding for you folks here tonight in the first of 2 games at Shelby High School. A huge favorite, I would say, in Colonel Crawford, who has been steamrolling the competition all season long, outscoring their opponents on average by 26 points per game, had a huge 78-44 win to win their 11th consecutive sectional championship, and here they are tonight. And, man, they have been on the ropes since the opening minute.
And it's been almost a year since Colonel Crawford has lost a game. The last time they lost would have been regional semis at Bowling Green against Ottawa Glandorf. Lost 66-34 in that game last year, but since then they've been perfect. Tonight, like I said, 39-15, not perfect so far. They're on the ropes, and they're in a position that they have not been used to being in, but with a program that they have, the coach that they have, this team is not dead. This team is not dead. We'll see what happens, but Colonel Crawford's going to fight through this and try to get back in it. Little flex action off of this, looking for the post entry off the high-low.
You can't get it back all at once, so just one possession at a time. The Eagles looking to maintain some patience here as Walker looks to take over, and boy, he can do that. Went right into the chest of Weiss. And as long as he plays under control, he's just always the most physical player on the floor.
Yes. For Willard, that may not be a bad situation, though. He only shoots 60% from the floor. If he gets it in there deep, go ahead as he makes his move, foul him. Don't let him get that shot up. Make him get to the free throw line and earn it. That's his 3rd free throw miss of the night. Keep rotating bodies in there, giving up your fouls. It's going to be hard to come back 1 point at a time from the free throw line. So, that may be something we see Willard do more often is if he gets a touch deep in there, go ahead and foul him and make him earn it from the stripe.
And he earns nothing here on this trip. So Walker continues to be icy from the charity stripe, and Willard hot from just about everywhere.
I'd expect Willard to really run some good offense here, take their time, see if they can get a great look. Up 24, get exactly what you want. Layup or free throw, wide open 3, nothing contested.
Looked like Adelman got hit, and actually a little surprised Chase Walker didn't pick up a technical foul or at least a personal, as he kind of shoved Cole Weiss out of your picture there.
Yeah, starting to see a little bit of frustration. Misses a couple free throws on that. On the other end, comes down here, gets a foul call. I guess it didn't go on him, but the foul call, and now Adelman's going to step the line to try to extend the lead, and he does.
Austin Adelman, 3 points now. And a standing ovation for Jake Koch, who checked out, played some quality minutes in the interior, knocked down that triple as well. Valentine with the board after splitting the pair there at the free throw line was Adelman, and then Valentine tried to sneak it inside, but tipped away from Walker.
And as soon as the dribble penetration took place, Willard was bailing off of all the perimeter shooters except Studer. They were getting to Valentine, and then they're bailing to the post to take away Walker. Great job of those 2 other helpers of getting to the spot they need to be to make it tough.
offensive board, poked away Adelman, making something happen there. I think Carson Feichner thought he's going to have an easy one.
Right, I think they may take the air out of it here. It'll be Willard ball coming out in the second half as well. You know, up 25 with the ball, getting it to start the second half. They may wait and get the last one here and make sure that 25-point lead is, you know, at least 25, maybe more, 25 or more. It would finish off a perfect half for Willard. Couldn't have asked for a better first half.
Pinkston, Willen, Dillon. No and one, but man, he has been aggressive, attacking the cup all night in double figures and looking to add to it.
I'm just in shock right now. Watching this game, you would think that Willard was the number 3 team in the state, undefeated. They've just come out with the mindset and the attitude of taking it to Colonel Crawford, and they have. And those early shots that were going in, those threes by Paxton, just it set the tone. It set the entire tone for the night.
It's definitely changed the way that things have unfolded here. Paxton, 17 points. He hasn't scored, though, in about the last 6 minutes of play, so all of that coming in the first quarter and opening minute here of the second.
Here's the high ball screen again. They go underneath it, see if Studer can get something off of it. And they're doing look at the job they're doing, just pushing Walker off the block.
And that's too tall even for Chase Walker.
Watch out, he's going to foul. Yep, careful.
Paxton right down Main Street, owning the lane right now. Studer back the other way. Count it this time. I thought it potentially could have been his 3rd offensive foul. And good, boy, that was pretty close.
Good take there by Mason Studer. Got himself to position. Was able to finish it, but 10 seconds to go. Willard's going to should get the last possession of the half, and very rarely do you look over and see Coach Sheldon just speechless, not sure what to say, what to do. Give credit. Sometimes you just come out and you get your rear ends kicked, and that's what's happened so far in the first half. Give all the credit to Willard.
Cross-court pass, they work it. Paxton missed it. Walker with the board, and that is going to take us to the end of a staggering first half, folks. Do not adjust your TV sets, your phones, your tablets. It is 43-18. The Flashes building a huge lead behind Trey Paxton, 17 points in the first couple of quarters. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have some first half stats, break things down, get you ready for quarter number 3. Keep it here, live and free. Boys High School Hoops will return on the OH.Report.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, denturals and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
No paywalls, just live sports. Exclusively on the OH.Report.
It's halftime here at Shelby High School where, man, jaws are hitting the floor all over the gym. 43-18 is the Willard Flashes lead, and it's time for your jaw to hit the floor again because dropping out of the sky, a bird, a plane, nope, just fan zone. Here it is, and Ian Meyer, 17 points. Sounds like a big night for him. I don't think he's playing in this game. You know who also has 17 points, though? Mr. Trey Paxton. He's been doing some things. And there is the fan zone. It was a little bit shy there earlier. And, man, Willard did come to play. Bryce, you hit the nail right on the head. Don, thank you for watching. We appreciate all of our viewers. Give that kid a hard hat. He is working. Not sure who he's talking about, but you could pretty much assess that to about anybody on the Willard team who is having an incredible shooting night. Jackie Sauter cheering on the Flashes. She's had a lot to smile about so far. And the Lady Flashes basketball student section is in the house. What's up, Sarah Dials? How about Brenda Olive watching all the way from Grand Lake, Oklahoma, and she is a birthday girl tonight. I think she's about 30 or so. So congratulations to Brenda for continuing her life. And dang, whoever running camera too must be really cool. I cannot confirm that. Matter of fact, I can say that may not be the case, but he's getting some beautiful shots from down on the sidelines. Megan, thanks for enjoying the first half with us. James as well. We appreciate that you appreciate us, all of our amazing fans out there. And we want to thank our sponsors. And guess what? Only one on tonight's game, that being Ebert Dental Group. They wanted all of the spots because it's a couple of Willard graduates that just wanted to see their Flashes come out here and put on a show, and that they have so far. A lot of Flashes pride being laid out there in the comment section, Mark, but how could you not be impressed with what you've seen from your team through 16 minutes of play?
Well, on the Willard side, they have to be elated with this first half. You know, in the pregame, we talked about the keys to victory. And for Willard, we talked about first key was survive. Survive the early onslaught by Colonel Crawford. They didn't survive. They came out and they were the ones that were throwing those punches and trying to knock out Colonel Crawford early, and they did, jumping out to this 43-18 lead at the half. The other thing we talked about, Achilles heel for them, had been shooting the ball from the perimeter. And, man, did they get it going from deep early on. And then that last thing, talked about was the spurt ability. Colonel Crawford could go on the big runs. Give all the credit to Willard's defense. They did a great job of answering all the sets. Everything Colonel Crawford was trying to do, Willard seemingly had an answer. We've looked at the guys who scored, but I'll tell you, the players that have really impressed me for Willard so far are those guys that are down there in the paint doing the dirty work, keeping Chase Walker off the block. They're getting in there, they're getting low, they're grinding, they're pushing him out. When he does catch, he's catching in that mid-post area, a little bit out of his comfort zone. And then on the perimeter, no open looks for Studer or Valentine. Every time they've gotten a look, they've had a hand in their face. It's been contested. And because of that, it's 43-18 Willard.
And you look at the breakdown here of the Shelby District and how a couple of these teams got here. Colonel Crawford so dominant in that win over Van Buren, an outmatched team, where 12 Eagles actually got into the scoring column. You saw Willard just tomahawk Elmwood to get to this point. Crestview, bit of an upset, getting by Oak Harbor on the road. And we'll see the Cougars in the second half of tonight's doubleheader going up against Western Reserve and a Rough Riders team that also right on the cusp of being state ranked. They've been superb all season long. One of their only 2 losses this year to this very Colonel Crawford team, who, as we've mentioned a few times, 23-0, folks. That's why I think everybody is so stunned to see the score, that they just haven't been in this position at any time so far this year. A high-octane team that usually scores in bunches, and to be held to 18 in a game where they're not dictating the pace is a little bit shocking, because David Sheldon is one of the best in the biz. Talking about a guy working towards his 300th career win. Been great in tournament, 27-14 overall in the playoffs, and the defending district champs right now on the verge of going home early before even the title game.
Right, and because of that, I'm expecting Colonel Crawford's going to come out. They're going to make a run. They're going to put something together. Look for Willard if they do, to call the quick timeout to try to stem the momentum. But, yeah, we're broadcasting from the Colonel Crawford side, and it is stunned silence.
Yeah.
They're just – no one knows what to say. At halftime, people weren't even talking like you normally see at a basketball game. Everybody was just kind of sitting there, in awe, like, did we just see what we, actually saw in that first half? One of the interesting things for me is when I was looking at this bracket, everybody was favoring Colonel Crawford, but the one thing that I couldn't figure out and was really surprised about was why Willard is the 3 seed jumped in this half of the bracket with Colonel Crawford instead of going after the number 2 seed Western Reserve. They obviously knew something that most of us didn't, because right now they've got themselves in a great chance with a great position to advance to the district title. There's a start.
And I mean, you mentioned it about 2 minutes ago that you expect the Eagles to make a run. I'm telling you right now, I will not just be shocked if the Eagles don't get back within about single digits. I mean, I'll be completely stunned here, Mark, if they don't chip away at this lead. They're just too good. They got too many playmakers, and David Sheldon, he knows how to make adjustments. This guy's been around the block. He's just got coaching in his blood. Look for the Eagles to make a nice, strong push here in the third and make it interesting as we enter the final quarter.
And it looked like they tried to get Mason Studer open on a little down screen action where he rejected the flex cut and came off of a down screen from Walker. But Willard, again, did a great job guarding it. And, again, Valentine with the contested shot. You know, Willard's defense has just been phenomenal tonight.
And then Pinkston running the floor, gets it to Adelman in the scoop. There it is. Man, great start again for the Flashes. And Valentine, the pull-up jumper, back iron, and look at Miles. He just might be the fastest dude in the game here tonight, and I think it's actually caught some of these Eagles off guard, how skilled he is with the basketball and how smooth he is getting up and down the floor.
He is smooth and quick. He gets from the top of the key to the top of the key in a hurry. Couple dribbles and he is there. And then he has the athleticism that, you know, he can euro around people, pull up, finish, and, you know, with both hands. He's been phenomenal in transition tonight.
Gets a bit of a friendly bounce here.
When it's going your way, it's going your way.
This is a gym that Willard accustomed to playing. Shelby, of course, a longtime rival of the Flashes. Can the Eagles figure something out? I really expected them to come out and get a couple of quick buckets. And the fact that we're a minute in, they've had 2 shots and haven't been able to do much is, man, look at them bang down in the post. They are allowing Walker to go toe-to-toe with Dawson.
Dawson's hands up. He's just using his body. Those two are going at it, and he got him. He did a great job of keeping his hands in the air, using his chest to defend, and it created a little bit of frustration. They were battling. Walker drops his shoulder, and the official was right there to call it. Dawson, those post defenders from Willard, they may be my players of the game just for the job they've done and the tone that they have set. They're just out toughing Colonel Crawford right now.
Which is something that Chase Walker's not used to.
And you see Crawford trying to extend the floor a little bit, create some turnovers. You know, we talked about chipping away, but now you're down almost 30. You've got to start getting it in a hurry. That clock is running.
And the deficit is growing. So maybe I'm going to eat my words about Crawford making this interesting. So I might just be shocked by the time we enter the fourth quarter, Mark, if this is blowout city.
Well, you're not going to be the only one in the gym that's shocked, that's for sure.
Brock Ritzhop had a nice up fake, but switched to the left hand. Made it probably a little bit tougher than it needed to be. And so, again, the Eagles come up empty-handed. They are stuck on 18.
And Willard's they're going to run offense, run back cuts. Yep. Willard's going to take a timeout, but they're just going to spread the floor. Take what they get from Colonel Crawford, run some back cuts because Colonel Crawford's going to try to overplay, get in passing lanes to create turnovers. Look for some back cuts for some easy baskets for Willard. But if you're Colonel Crawford, you have to gamble. You're going to have to run and trap, do some different things because what they're doing is not working. 49-18 with 5:55 to go in the third. Never in a million years would I dream that we were going to see this score at this point.
I don't even think if you asked Willard that they thought that they would be in a position to just ride off into the sunset here. I mean, they may not have to score another point all night the way that they are playing defense against these Eagles. They look frustrated. They certainly have gotten into the head of Walker. And these shooters that typically throughout the season have been putting it up with confidence, there's just no space for them to get off a free shot. And right now, I mean, it's looking like doomsday in Gloom City over in North Robinson.
Right, and Colonel Crawford's getting a little bit anxious. You know, they're starting to play one-on-one, and the way Willard's playing defense, it's 1-on-5. You know, they've got to move the ball. They still have to, you know, they can run quick hitters, but they've got to run some sets to get some screens, to get some open looks, because the one-on-one stuff isn't working. It's not getting separation.
And look at the blow-by Pinkston. He just went right around Walker before giving it off, and the baskets just keep coming. This time it's Dawson. They're patient on offense, and they are getting great looks just about every trip down the floor. Micah now has 9 points. Both Miles and Trey with 17 each to lead Willard. Amazing that they have 2 players that have almost outscored the Eagles by themselves. Walker looking to do something about it. We talked about it in the first half, though. I mean, this is exactly what you want if you're Willard. Just keep putting him on the free throw line where he has not been effective so far in this game.
Yeah, and with the deficit where it is right now, again, 1 or 2 at a time isn't going to cut it. Colonel Crawford's going to have to hit some threes if they're going to get back into this. Walker struggled from the line his last 4 trips. Got that one to roll around and go. Expect to see some full court pressure here from Colonel Crawford. Need to extend the floor, create turnovers, get some quick offense, see if they can get on a little run here.
It's exactly what they're going to do. Though they break it with a couple of easy passes, and look at running the floor one more time. Pinkston with an easy one. Drayton Burkhart got chased off the three-point line, which is really his comfort zone. Not normally known for his handling, but wow, how about the no-look dish, but a travel. Man, I thought Micah Dawson was going to head to the free throw line for an and one.
They called the travel, but what a great look in transition. And they're just watching. You can see the score without even knowing it. Willard's 5 guys sprinting the floor in transition, trying to get to the rim to help their teammate to get an open look. Colonel Crawford, 2-3 guys run the floor, the other 2 jogging. That's what happens when it's a 33-point lead.
See if some of these star players, Valentine certainly would be one, can get it going. Not this time. He just has not had the touch at all tonight. And here's some more for the Flashes. It's Weiss burying a mid-range J.
Flashes are putting on an absolute clinic.
That's his first points of the contest. Everybody getting involved for Willard. Walker off the drive, up fake, switches to the left, and that's what you're going to need to do.
And there you go again. If you're going to foul him hard so he doesn't get the basket. Nothing dirty, keep it clean, but foul him hard so he doesn't get the chance for the and one. Great job there. He was going to the middle, solid defender there, stepped through, powered through, got the basket. See if he can make the free throw to convert, get a three-point play.
And the clock is running right now. I think there is a new rule in the OHSAA this season, a 30-point contest, they have a running clock. So 35-point contest. So this is my first experience with this in a tournament game. All right, so they've got that figured out. I can confirm that it is a 35-point cushion, and it will indeed be a running clock. So,
and can you believe we're even talking about that?
Yeah.
Before
shocking.
the game, we expected this to be a tight one. We thought it was just going to be a battle to the end. I would have been shocked either way. If Colonel Crawford was up this much, I would have been shocked. But like you said, all the credit so far to Willard. They have just played a phenomenal basketball game, and now it's just a matter of finishing. And he's going to finish.
Ooh, this time Pinkston cannot convert the play. I think the foul's going to be against the Eagles here. Didn't really catch the call. Yeah, that's right. It's going to be on Mason Studer, his third. So Dawson to inbound. Has to go deep to Weiss, who's chasing to the backcourt.
Yep, Willard going to spread the floor, run some offense, open post, 5 out. Colonel Crawford overplays, look for a back cut. He's going to isolate, see if he can get something. If not, dribble handoff. There's the back cut.
And Adelman can't make it over the double team. It looked initially like he was going to have a wide open layup. Nice job by the Eagles to converge and to make it tough. As Studer gets in deep, knocks it down.
Good play by Studer. Oh, thought he almost had a turnover there, but great job by Studer. Penetrated, help came over, got up above it, and finished. The amount of energy it's going to take to exert, for Colonel Crawford to come back is just going to be amazing. And it must be a 30-point deficit because the clock's still running. Well, if that's the case, almost like soccer towards an end of the game, if you're trying to hold on to a lead, you might see Willard doing some subbing just to run some clock.
Well, there was a big basket then if it is 30 because that makes it a 29-point deficit. But even so, with just 9 minutes left and Paxton missing this one, but Pinkston working the boards like he's done all night, creates this one. Jake Goke heading to the free throw line. He got the bucket. He got another one on the way.
And he's another guy that's been doing the dirty work on the defensive end. Nice to see those guys get rewarded. He's been grinding on the defensive end this time. Ball finds him on the offensive glass, gets it to go.
Koch averages just 4 points per game, and he's going to stay at 5. As Studer brings it back out, matched up with Pinkston. Now gets the switch inside. Great look.
And that's what they need, another easy one, but they've got to get some turnovers here. Turnovers and quick offense. Willard takes 15, 20 seconds off the clock. That's a win for them on every offensive possession, even if they don't score at the end of it. They may hold it to get the last one here.
Instead, Paxton turns the corner, and nobody is there to stop him. He's now up to 19. Walker whirling in the lane. Got hacked one more time, so Chase Walker with an opportunity to trim down this margin by 2.
One of the surprising things is not only has Willard's bigs done a great job defending him, but they've actually scored as well. That gives Walker, 13. I think Willard's bigs combined have 12. They'd take that. If you told them that before the game, hey, not only are you going to slow him down a little bit, but your bigs are also going to contribute and give you 12 points through 3 quarters. You'd have taken it. And, they just continue to play and do the right things.
I imagine Joe Bedingfield's got to be happy with just about every facet of the game so far tonight that his flashes have been able to work through. It's been quite a display.
Great extra pass on the baseline.
Adelman short-armed it, but man, Pinkston just seems to always be there wherever the ball is, as this is going to fall short at the horn, and wow, looks like the Crimson Flashes might be moving on to the district championship, folks. Keep it here, fourth quarter action coming up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, dentures and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
No paywalls, just live sports. Exclusively on the OH.Report.
Underway here, and if you're a Colonel Crawford fan, you need to see a whole lot more of what just happened there in the first 8 seconds as they force a turnover to open up this fourth quarter, trailing by 28 points. Brian Skronsky, Mark Bollinger with you on the call here tonight, and talked about it a few times, man. It's been pretty stunning to see the full display of the Crimson Flashes put into work. They got off to the hot offensive start, and they've defended well so far the entire game.
They have, and it's going to be interesting to see the fourth quarter because Colonel Crawford's going to be in desperation mode. They're going to have to launch the threes, see if they can get any to go. But it's been one and done.
And this has been the killer, is that they've missed all these shots, and then the Flashes, I think, have taken them off guard, how quickly they fill their lanes and get out. As we see one more time here, this is Max Dawson, the youngster, getting to the free throw line.
Well, in talking to Connor Robinson, an assistant coach from Shelby last night, he played travel basketball for me, and I was talking to him last night. He told me, he's like, Coach, he's like, they, talking about, Willard, his team, is like, those boys, they love to get out and run. They love the transition game, and they have proven that tonight. They are so fast getting from offense to defense. And because of that, like I said, I think it's caught Colonel Crawford off guard. And coming in, we talked to, looking at this and looking at Willard's group is kind of like a three-man show. And I'll tell you what, Paxton has scored, Pinkston has scored, but Adelman, his effort on the defensive end, taking Valentine out of the game, has been amazing. Valentine came in, was the leading scorer in the N10, about 18 points a game. He's sitting at 7 right now. He's probably shooting 20% from the floor.
Probably less.
Wherever he goes, Adelman's there with him. I mean, he just has no space. He can't come off of a down screen. He can't come off of a pin down. There's nothing that he has been able to do to shake Adelman from him. And, because of that, this high-flying Eagles offense is at 31 points right now.
They have been grounded all night, and same thing for Mason Studer. He's a 14-point-per-game type of kid. Leads the team in assists, too. We've seen him have very little open shooters off the kick-out so far, off of his drives. And like I mentioned, that's just point number 6 for Mason here tonight.
And we're talking about elite players. These guys from Colonel Crawford have proven throughout the entire season in their careers so far that, they're outstanding basketball players. It's just sometimes you have those nights where the other team is better, and every time Colonel Crawford does something, Willard has an answer. They've just been in the right place, right time. They've executed. Willard has just answered everything tonight.
They played just a little bit more free basketball, having more fun. We've seen a ton of smiles. And it's a little bit easier to have those big grins on your face when you're coming out and knocking down big threes to kick off the game. But that set the whole tone, man. I mean, what Trey Paxton did in that first quarter by knocking down those 5 3-pointers, it just put the whole contest on its head. The Eagles have yet to recover. Though Studer trying to do some nice things here where no time coming off the clock and slowly chipping away at this deficit.
Yeah, unfortunately, with only 7 minutes to go, they can't slowly chip away. They've got to get it in a hurry. But again, missed free throw, Pinkston there, defensive rebound. He's been everywhere tonight. You have to go quick, set some ball screens, run something, quick hitters. You got to run every quick hitter you have. See if you can get a score in 6 to 7 seconds on an offensive possession.
Valentine with the second opportunity spun out on him. And Joe Bedingfield going to get a timeout. Preserve the possession here.
As a coach, and even as a dad, you feel really, really bad for Carter Valentine. He has had an amazing season, been outstanding, led the Eagles in scoring, obviously outstanding talent. Just one of those nights where it just won't go in for him there. Does a great job, hustle play, effort, does everything you ask of a young man, gets the offensive rebound, a little 2-footer, a shot that he makes 95% of the time, rims around, won't go down. Just a tough night. And, anymore, the way the game has changed, and you see it in the NBA level and stuff like that, the NBA has become a make-or-miss league where if you can shoot the three and make perimeter jumpers, you're going to win a lot of times. And that's what's happened tonight. Willard came out, as you said, in that first half. They just rained threes, and it changed the entire complexion of the game.
Eagles can't force the turnover here as the Flashes, they just have ball handlers at just about every single position on the floor.
And Colonel Crawford's in desperation mode. They're going to have to start running and jumping the ball. They just can't man up and allow Willard to keep taking time off the clock.
Ritzhop, I think, is going to be called for the foul there as he came over for the double team on Dawson.
You know, something else you could see if the Eagles wanted to do it is Willard struggled this year from the line, only shooting 59 or 60% from the free throw line. Maybe you start fouling them every possession. Inbound, foul them, make them beat you at the free throw line. You know, it may take an hour to play this fourth quarter, but it may be the only way you get back into it. And, if that's what you have to do to win, Coach Sheldon, he knows that's what you do to win. So we'll see if they try something because they're in desperation mode. They've got to do something to change the way this is going.
And for Willard, all you have to do at this point is knock down some free throws and just be on the floor. So looking to push it back out to 29, and calmly 2 swishes for Micah Dawson.
And Dawson goes to the other end and immediately gets ready to start battling in the post. Done a great job down there tonight defensively.
Flashes, can't secure the rebound, but they do throw it back in play, and just right place, right time for Adelman Pinkston heading to the stripe.
And on the other end, one thing Dawson did a great job of was, even though he didn't get the rebound, he made sure that Chase Walker didn't get the rebound. He took Walker out of the play with a great box out, allowed his teammate to go get it, neutralizing that offensive rebounding opportunity by Walker.
They're going to get Fickner out onto the floor. Ritzhop is going to check out. He's been really quiet tonight. No buckets for Brock. I think he's only had 2 shot attempts. And Miles splits the pair, so it's back up to 30. And it's just a matter of time here for Willard. 5:52 to go, but if you're Colonel Crawford, I mean, there's no reason why you wouldn't go full bore, give everything you got, even with the season appearing to come to a close.
And they got a look they want. Studer with the dribble penetration, kick out for 3, just wouldn't go down, and surprise, surprise, here we go, Willard in transition.
Looked like Paxton tried to get a little bit too cute with that one, a rat pass, no looker. Tipped up, Walker somehow able to corral it, and he has been no stranger to the free throw line tonight, headed back. And I'm told that our sideline camera person just timed Miles Pinkston on the previous possession, and it only took him 4 seconds to get from one end of the court to the other.
He's pretty graceful, quick young man. He does a great job of running the floor and attacking. You can see why he causes trouble. Coming in, we knew that he was a, phenomenal athlete, rebounder, and he has proven it tonight.
He's a heck of a player. He puts in the work. I've covered him a couple of times over the summer playing at AAU camps. The kid does absolutely everything, and he's such a better all-around player this season than he was last year, where they really just relied on him to get offensive rebounds and bring energy, and you see right there, creating the opportunity, clean look inside, and he picks up the assist.
Yeah, great job catching, facing, seeing the open man, giving it up for the easy one.
Nowhere for Carter Valentine to go, and that has been the storyline for number 11 throughout the entire contest.
Yeah, Adelman was all over him, but the help was there as we get a look at the other end. And Pinkston, great job catching, facing. He had his choice. He could have given it to either of them. 2 wide open guys.
It was Austin Adelman who was the recipient for his 6th and 7th point of the night. And now the future of Crawford basketball pretty much left on the floor along with Chase Walker, as Coach David Sheldon pulling out some of his stars. And I see some of the conversations over on the bench for the Eagles. Frustration. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. They just never got into any type of a rhythm offensively, and I feel like 99% of that credit has to go to the game plan for Willard of just being there in the passing lanes and the help defense. It's been phenomenal.
It has. You give credit to Willard's coaching staff. Did a great job of putting it together, the game plan, and then give all the credit to the kids because, coaches put together a great game plan. They came out and executed it, and just, anybody that's going to see this score is going to think, oh, wow, they got it turned around or something, because there's no way that happened. But, it's legit. Willard up. It was 30.
There's Walker, Willen, and Dillon. He's been the lone offensive bright spot for the Eagles. 17 points for him, up over his season average. In his illustrious career, he has been to the districts all 4 years. Got a chance to go to regionals a season ago. And it's been great to watch this Eagles team also blossom throughout the year, as standing ovation for Pinkston and Adelman, who just checked out. But they had 2,000-point scorers that graduated from last year, and I think that there were some question marks about how good Colonel Crawford could be this season after winning 23 games last year, and like I mentioned, the defending district champs. And they were even better this year. They took the next step. Some of these players elevated their game, but they just haven't had it here tonight. And it all started with just those big 3 bombs that were dropped on them in the first quarter, and they just never recovered.
Yeah. And it's a tough ending, but you hope that when they get a chance to step back from it, that the Colonel Crawford kids appreciate what they did. Because, to go 23-0 is amazing.
Crazy.
I mean, how many teams around the state would gladly, trade that for, losing a district semi? I know they had high hopes. We're trying to make that deep tournament run, but they can't, it doesn't take anything away from the other accomplishments. Another, Northern 10 championship, a sectional championship. This is a program that Coach Sheldon has built that just is a power in North Central Ohio. And, sometimes, like I said, you just run into a team on a night that is better than you. And tonight, Willard's just been better. So give credit to those Colonel Crawford kids for an outstanding season. But give credit to Willard for an outstanding night tonight, because they have earned it.
Walker does get a standing ovation from Eagle Nation, and rightfully so, because like we were just outlining, man, what an impressive career for him, Studer. Great season for Valentine. But the flashes are going to continue on. And that was the team last year that was in the same role that Colonel Crawford was before they got upended by the Eagles in a bit of an upset. That was a much better game, 59-55 last year in the semifinal round. But it could potentially now be a Willard team that unexpectedly could get onto the regionals. However, in tonight's second game, Western Reserve, a pretty darn good 2 seed.
They're pretty darn good, and a lot of people, myself included, we were thinking it could be a Sheldon versus Sheldon district final with the number 1 seed Colonel Crawford going against the number 2 seed Western Reserve. But Willard has punched their ticket. They're going to slide on into the district final. Maybe I should say they punched their way into it. They toughed their way into it to a district final. I think whoever comes out of that next game, Crestview or Western Reserve, they know that they're going to have to bring their A game, because this Willard team is going to be so confident coming out of this, realizing that, hey, we can not only play with the best teams in the state in Division III, we can beat the best teams in the state.
And I wonder, and I look forward to talking to our upcoming co-players of the game, which are, of course, are going to be Trey Paxton along with Miles Pinkston. If they've been looking at some of the headlines, if they've been watching OH.Report, I mean, we've had our discussions on Tournament Talk. Are we going to get Sheldon versus Sheldon for the district championship? And everybody, of course, universally, yeah, no way anything else happens other than that. Well, maybe they've been checking out those clippings and watching the videos, and that's fueled them and motivated them, because they came out here tonight. They've played hard and strong, and all the loose balls seemingly have belonged to the Flashes throughout most of tonight's game.
They did. Every hustle play seemed to go Willard's way. Ball was on the floor, they were on it. Ball was bouncing around on the rim, it came off. Willard was there. It got tipped around, going out of bounds. Willard grabbed it, threw it off a Colonel Crawford player. They've seemed to catch every break and make every break for themselves through their hustle.
And I'm told via text message that it looks like Coldwater is about to knock off Ottawa Glandorf, who was the big favorite, I think, to win the state championship maybe in D3 this year, other than Worthington Christian.
Worthington Christian's really good, but yeah, in that regional, a lot of people were looking, saying that it was going to potentially be a Colonel Crawford Ottawa Glandorf game that we were going to get to see.
Get that rematch.
Get a rematch from last year, because Ottawa Glandorf was loaded. Outstanding basketball team, and But again, you're dealing with 15 to 18-year-old young men. Basketball, we see it in the NCAA tournament. It only takes one. It takes one night, one game, and Willard has played that game tonight.
That's why you tip it off and play the game, Mark. If they just went by the seeds, baby, it would always be chalk and it'd be no fun. So getting upsets like this is what tournament time is all about. And how about March Madness kicking in here at the district semifinal level as Willard less than a minute away from punching their ticket to go play for the district championship as Trey Mock getting involved here late.
Yeah. And even their subs here at the end of the game, laser focused on how they want to attack Colonel Crawford and execute it, and they have. Just stunning. I'm truly just stunned. I look at the scoreboard to see Colonel Crawford team that I thought deserved every ranking, every accolade that they received as one of the top teams in the state.
Certainly.
They'd earned it. And to see them down like this, like you said, just to see Willard dominate them, just absolutely shocking.
Eagles have fought hard, though, here in this fourth quarter. They've had the run of play. And David Sheldon tells his team to just lay back, no foul.
Yep, going to play it out. No shots, no fouls. Willard faithful on their feet, giving their team a standing ovation that they deserve.
Crimson Flash Nation, let them hear it. Your team has come out here, put on a flat-out clinic of how to execute a game plan. They are going to move on to the district championship to face the winner of tonight's doubleheader. We've got number 5 Crestview versus number 2 Western Reserve on the way, tipping off at 7:30 as the Flashes officially moving on. Big performance by them and a huge performance by our co-players of the game, Trey Paxton and Miles Pinks, and we'll have them join us for an interview right on the other side of the break. So keep it here. Our post-game coverage rolls along live and free right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, denturals and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
No paywalls, just live sports. Exclusively on the OH.Report.
We are now back with one of our two co-players of the game presented by Ebert Dental Group. It is junior point guard Trey Paxton. And, brother, you set the table tonight. You got the party started. Tell me about that first quarter and just what was running through your veins. Dude, you were looking to shoot from anywhere in the gym.
You know, in warm-ups, I was shooting them. They felt fine. So coach knows if I see it and I like it, I'm allowed to pull it whenever I want. So, you know, having Miles on the floor, they got to, like, watch him on the drive. So when he gets in and the kick out, it leaves me pretty open for three, and I was just feeling it tonight, I guess.
I think, obviously, the big lead helped getting there in the first quarter. How big did it feel in your huddle there at the end of the first, heading into the second, knowing that, hey, this is the number 3 team in the state, and we just punched them right in the gut to start?
Well, recently we've been coming out hot, so we knew that we had to keep rolling with it. Defense was our main thing, stopping guys like Carter and Mason and Chase. So we just knew if we kept rolling defensively, we were going to be fine.
This was the same matchup last year in the semifinals where the Colonel Crawford, you could say, upset you last year. How much did that motivate you guys coming into tonight's game?
Coach talked a lot about us having, like, no pressure on us because last year being, like changed in positions, we didn't have any pressure coming in as the underdogs, and a lot of people said that we weren't going to be able to hang with these guys. So we just came in with no pressure and just played loose, and that's how we got it done.
Tell me about the game plan that you guys put in place coming into tonight, maybe most specifically on defense, because it seemed like Colonel Crawford, who I've seen a bunch this year, get off, score over 70 points a lot of times. You frustrated them. I saw a lot of displeased faces over on that side for much of the game. But what did you guys do?
We just played physical with their guards. I can't hear. I'm good. We just played physical with their guards, and we knew inside Chase was going to be a problem, but just tried to just slow him down as much as we could and then just get going on the offensive end.
Final question, man. Just how satisfying is it to not only win and get onto the district championship, but to slap a team that was undefeated?
Feels great.
Well said. Trey Paxton, one of our co-players of the game, brought to you by Ebert Dental Group. Trey, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we're going to do this one more time as his teammate, Miles Pinkston, is going to jump on the headset now. And Miles did a little bit of everything for this team here tonight. Pulled down big rebounds, scored a lot of points, and then pushed transition. Talk to me about your speed on the floor. Do you feel like you caught the Eagles off guard with how quick you are?
Yeah, whenever everyone's making shots, it opens up the floor a lot, so it's easier to push the ball and transition and keep doing that.
Getting that big lead, it felt like your guys' confidence really soared through the roof. Did it allow you to play a little bit more free and more loose for the rest of the game after that first quarter?
I wouldn't say it made us play more free. We knew that they weren't just going to go away and that we had to keep going at them.
You had some tough battles inside, of course. I mean, they got some monsters in the middle. Chase Walker and company, Carter Valentine on the perimeter. What do you think you guys did defensively to frustrate them and kind of take them out of their game plan?
We don't really want to let Chase get on the block, so all week we worked on making sure that we had made him catch it higher up, just stuff like that.
I know that we've talked about it on the OH.Report this week, and I've read a couple of articles from around the area, and I don't think very many people really gave you guys a chance. Everyone was talking about Sheldon versus Sheldon. Did you guys read the press clippings? Did you watch some of the videos? And did that fuel you here tonight?
Yeah, a little bit.
Anything in particular that maybe we said here on the OH.Report that you used to your benefit?
No, we knew we'd be fine.
Well, you were more than fine here tonight. A huge 22-point victory over Colonel Crawford. So you get to move on. Do you want to take out the other Sheldon now? Do you have a preference of who you play, or does it matter to you guys?
No matter. Just got to get ready.
All right, our co-player of the game, presented by Ebert Dental Group, Miles Pinkston. Huge performance here tonight. Congratulations. Big win by the Crimson Flashes. Welcome Mark Bollinger back on to the mic here as we close things out for game 1 of 2. And I'll give you final thoughts, Mark. I mean, of course, we broke it down quite a bit during the game, and we're a little bit dumbfounded about what we just saw transpire here tonight, as we'll update the district graphic and show you Willard is moving on, but not just moving on. I mean, they emphatically put it to the Eagles.
It was an impressive win tonight. And off camera, I was talking to the guys, and while you're talking to one, on camera, I was talking to them off camera. And I asked them both. I was like, explain to me a little bit. What made you guys decide to jump in on that side of the bracket with Colonel Crawford? You could have went to the other side, taken on the number 2 seed Western Reserve in the semis, got a chance to get Colonel Crawford maybe in the finals, and they're both like, last year. We remembered last year. We want a little bit of revenge for last year. And that's why they jumped in. They didn't want to wait till potentially a district championship game.
Gotcha.
They wanted the first shot that they could get at Colonel Crawford. They got that shot. They took their shot.
And they landed that shot.
They landed that shot.
I mean, you got to respect it, too. Being driven, motivated by the way that their season ended last year, where, I mean, they're a phenomenal team. I covered Willard a bunch, and they had a couple of All-Ohioans who graduated, so a question for them was, who's going to step up? And clearly, it was our two co-players of the game. They've been phenomenal all season long, and like I mentioned, I think it kind of caught Colonel Crawford off guard early in the game, the fact that Miles Pinkston, a little bit faster maybe than they thought, a little bit more athletic, handles the ball well, and then Paxton, I mean, just unconscious. He was willing to shoot from anywhere in the gym and said that it just felt okay in pregame, so I think it went a little bit better than okay there in the first quarter.
Well, he told me that after that first one went that, he's like, I usually don't shoot him that close as far as back-to-back, and he said after that first one went, he's like, I got to look for the second one, and I took it, and he goes, it went in, and we're looking at each other, and I was like, and then, they didn't really step out. He's like, yeah, they left me open the next couple. So he's like, I decided I was just going to keep taking it. And he did, and they were giving him the looks, and he took it, and man, they were hitting nothing but the bottom of the net, and especially that one early, contested in the corner.
Yeah.
It went. I mean, the rim had to look huge. I mean, it was an ocean to him, But going back, we're talking about the offense and the shooting, and, yeah, it was important. They did a great job. But the play of Adelman guarding Valentine was so critical, getting stops, forcing contested shots, getting misses, and then defensive rebounding, keeping Walker off the offensive glass, and getting that ball out then where Pinkston could get in transition and use that speed and athletic ability was crucial early, and they did it. And, once they jumped out that lead, there's no turning back. It was all Willard.
All Willard here in game number 1. Still one more coming up tonight, but that is going to end our coverage for this beatdown by the Crimson Flashes as the Eagles end their season at 23-1. Want to thank our staff, our camera guys, Mason Neese, Garrett Parlett, and Storm Blunchley, along with our director, Adam Thompson. I'm Brian Skronsky for Mark Bollinger. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you stay tuned. More live and free high school hoops on the way on the OH Report.